Hi, Nick here for NK Fishing. Today we're going to do a somewhat realistic lure test in my pool. We have 4 of the normal traditional crankbait lures. Sorry I can't tell you exactly which lures these all are. I have thrown away the boxes. But I can tell you that this is a SS Yo-Zuri Minnow. And it has caught very large bass in the past. So we're going to do some casting in the pool and show you the realistic swimming of the lures and show you different ways to jerk the rod and make the bait look more realistic. So we're starting with the SS Minnow, and I've caught very, very large fish on this. So, give it a cast. Now you don't want to reel it straight in, because you can see as you bring it in, it turns on its side and it stops. And when it stops, it makes that realistic feel that the bass is like, oh, my chance to strike, and goes for it. So we're going to do this a couple more times, and then we're going to show how I'm moving the rod to make this movement happen. Now this lure is staying about 3 inches to 4 inches above the under the water, so fairly shallow water. It doesn't have hooks, so it may sink deeper than it is. So now we're going to show how I move the rod as I'm reeling in. Just reel, and you sort of stop it once you bring the rod back up. So that's the SS Minnow from Yo-Zuri, the F series, and we're going to switch over to one of these other lures and show you how those swim as well. Okay, for our next lure, all I can really tell you that it's a Rapala, and I believe it swims 2 to 3 feet under the water. Right here is, the pool is 7.5 to 2.5 because of the water level's down. So it will be hitting the bottom. So cast this thing. Now this is a bit left lure, so you can get a pretty good distance on this lure. It's dark green, so it's going to be hard to blend in. Well, we'll blend it in with the camera. Sorry I can't tell you the color. I know there's a lot of other colors on the market that imitate, a lot of lures that imitate the same color. So I pretty much do the same thing, just swim, but I just do it a lot slower, and I swing the rod back and forth just to give it that little action, and then stop, forward. So, and when it does that, it turns on its side as well. It just almost goes belly up, and it shows the orange and yellow belly right there instead of just the solid green. The fish is to the left or right of it. Oh, just throw on that. For this reel, I'm using a Quantum and a 30X Pro Fance rod, or something like that. So that's for this Yo-Zuri, Rapala 2 to 3 feet swimmer crankbait. So I'm going to switch on to another bait, another lure, and show you how that swims as well. Okay, for our next lure, we have another Rapala. It says Rapala floating on the little swim plate thing. So I'm sorry, I can't tell. Once again, I can't tell you what this is. So it's just a normal 3-inch little lure. It's fairly light, so it won't go that far. It has a red. Yeah, see, it's not very sort of shiny in the water, I'm gonna say. It has the little fin on the front is red, and it has a red underbelly, so that's gonna attract the fish quite a bit. I'm gonna do a few more casts. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a 40-foot pool, and I'm standing at the edge of it, and I'm only getting this thing like 35 feet, so I don't know if there's a correct way to cast this or what, but to reel in, I'm really just reeling it in, and I'm not stop reeling, and I'll just twitch the rod back and forth, but I won't stop reeling the whole time. So yeah, just get a shot of how I'm reeling this. You can see the whole time I'm not stop reeling. I'm just reeling and just moving this back and forth. I really just use my left wrist as a pivot point to go back and forth on this. So we're gonna switch to our last and final lure, and I just want to say this thing swims about 1.5 to 2 feet under the water. So yeah, we're gonna switch to our next lure and show you how that one swims as well. And so stay tuned. Okay, for our last lure, really all I can tell you, it's got Wells Fargo bank logo on the side of it. It's a very heavy lure. I mean, I could probably cast this thing 75, 100 feet, just lazily, but it does sink. You want to, if you get a lure such as this, you want to just learn how to cast it really, because if you land it on the side, it's just going to make a big plop and it's going to scare all the fish away. It has a lot of tail shaking on this, so one thing I want to say, besides all the other lures, I had my rod down and probably below my shoulders, but for this lure, I'm actually going to be have the tip of the rod above my shoulders so it doesn't sink all the way down. Like I said, this is a very heavy lure. Trying not to hit the other side of the pool. But really for this is I'm just doing a little bit of twitching on the tip of the rod and just bringing it straight in. I'm not doing any pauses, not anything. So see, like that was a big splash, and you don't want that to happen, because you're going to spook all the fish away. So now we're going to show how I just twist the rod a bit. Try not to do a lot of moving the rod itself, mainly just the tip of the rod. So that's our episode of how to show how to fish realistic baits and such. So please rate, subscribe, and if you like this, send us videos and we can chat.